trains to filter through this land of ours and fill a sportsman's dreams. Enjoy what nature holds for us, her bounty never ends. Getting back to basics with the practical sportsman. It's always an adventure, no matter where we go. From a favorite hunting spot to the hottest fishing hole. Outdoor life we all can share with family and friends. We'll do it all together with a practical sportsman. We'll do it all together with a practical sportsman.
Hi there, come on in. It is Thursday night, August 7th, the year 2003. In the headlines recently, you may have seen it said state health officials are concerned about people who ignore the advisories on eating sport fish. Well, I talked with Captain Don Nichols about what's happened to his health because of his lifetime of eating lots of Great Lakes fish. I'm Fred Trost.
And I'm Zachary Trost with news for those of you who go deer, elk, or moose hunting out of state. Eating meat from some of these areas might be impossible this season. I'll bring you up to date on fishing conditions around the state, so stay tuned. You're watching The Practical Sportsman in Michigan.
They tested us for 4 things: DDT, dieldrin, PCB, and mercury.
A recent article in the Lansing State Journal by the Associated Press said that the State Department of Community Health officials fear that warnings against eating tainted fish are being ignored. Now, these warnings have been out for over 30 years. Gene Shaba threw out a more detailed article in the Detroit News about what chemicals they're worried about and how the state is going to publicize the warnings even more. And both articles explain that health researchers in the state are studying 200 charter boat captains and hundreds of fishermen to see if they have any ill health effects from eating fish, said Lori Cameron, an environmental epidemiologist with the state. Now, keep in mind that these health warnings have had a negative effect on sport fishing in Michigan. Also keep in mind that this research on fish eaters has been going on for a very long time, and listen to what Captain Don Nichols has to say about his experience with a lifetime of eating Great Lakes fish and the study that he's been involved in, and you decide whether the sky is falling or not.
Do you often fish, Don, when you're...
Yes.
You fish every time?
Pretty much. That gives me an idea of what's really going on down there. That doesn't mean, that just because I catch them, and you want your customers to catch them, but there's days when it takes a lot more concentration or a lot more skill than other days.
Got a good one?
No, fair.
How often do you eat perch?
Twice a week.
Twice?
Mm-hmm.
What days?
The days,
is this a schedule?
The days that the fishing's good enough that I can get a meal and everybody else got fish, otherwise I give them away. I always give mine away. No, I guess if you average it out twice a week. I've eaten as many as 4 times a week and gone a month without.
Yeah, but what about all this business about these Great Lakes fish is generally 1 meal a week?
You want to go read the report? I'm in on that survey.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 25 years old now, that survey.
And what does it say?
What's my count is the same as a non-fish eater on everything. When they started this out back in the early 70s or the late 60s, they took 50 non-fish eaters out of 20 different communities and 50 fish eaters. And when they first started doing it, they tested us for 4 things: DDT, dieldrin, PCB, and mercury. Now when they do it, 27 different chemicals that they're testing for. And I just got notification from them, they haven't been here now for 3 years, that they wanted permission to test our offspring, which is my daughter's from Kansas and Donnie's here, and yeah, because they're getting into looking at that. But read the advisory book. It cleans up all the time, every year. Perch is now all the consumption you want for male, and they got the pregnant mother, which is to eat no fish, to 1 meal, I think a week. You have to look at the book. And it just over the years it just gets better and better.
But for all the fish eating you've done, you've never slowed down your fish eating,
No,
have you?
no. I eat a lot of saltwater fish, which could be, because they're not testing that, just as contaminated as anything else. And eat my share of salmon, not too much lake trout, just because of preference of taste, but a lot of perch. A lot of perch.
And you're as healthy as anybody, huh?
Yes, and it's interesting because Vicki and I, the last time we did the test, my wife and I are doing it together, her DDT count, which that's a cumulative, and at that age was 3 times higher than mine. And of course we called up there, and because they send you all the reports and everything what they've done, and we've been together since she was 16. I said, what's going on here? She was still within the tolerance of the feds, but it was 3 times higher than mine. And she said, the nurse on the other end says, did she come from a farm? And I said, yes, she did. That's where she got it. And of course it shows up more now than it did then. But, so it's interesting, and our cadmium levels, both of ours, were higher than the normal, but we're both smokers. And so that explained that one. All the rest of the stuff, the PCB, mercury is about nil. The Elgin, which was used around here for the gypsy moth back in the 50s, all the same as the non-fish eater. You're getting it in your breads, you're getting it in all kinds of food. But short of some third world countries, it's never killed anybody. All the different things that we have out here. But,
And what with the smoking, you might get into some big settlement. Is that the idea? You keep smoking so you can be in that class action?
In fact, I thought I could probably make more money if I stood up for them. And say, I'm killing myself, but I'm having a good time and I like their brand. So, they'd probably pay me good to do that, don't you think?
I don't know.
Oh.
So what is it about smoking that is so attractive?
It's addictive. It's not attractive. There is nothing attractive about it.
You don't think you look good with a cigarette hanging from your lips?
Absolutely not.
Yeah, well, what about all this business about these Great Lakes fish you should only eat 1 meal a week?
You want to go read the report? I'm in on that survey. They took 50 non-fish eaters out of 20 different communities and 50 fish eaters.
What does it say?
What's my count is the same as a non-fish eater. Eat my share of salmon, not too much lake trout, just because of preference of taste, but a lot of perch. A lot of perch.
We have more or less a fat-free recipe this week called Heart Smart Perch Fillets by John LaFeda. And this recipe is for those people that really don't like all the cholesterol.
Now, I don't know if that's true, Kath. I think people are on doctor's orders or they're concerned about their cholesterol levels.
And told to eat it.
I think so.
We got breadcrumbs and Parmesan cheese and a little bit of garlic powder. And this is going to make the breading. And some parsley flakes and black pepper. And then your perch fillets will actually be marinating in Italian dressing. And it's a whole bottle of dressing. And they just marinate for about half hour, 45 minutes. And then you just want to coat them really, really good in the breading. And then it goes into a casserole dish. You're going to actually make layers here. You're going to put your fish in, and then a layer of onions, and then more fish on top.
Well, this recipe, has a lot of spicy things, like onions and
A lot of garlic.
flavors. But the one thing it's missing is a little hot oil. I mean, the way you really like to have perch fried. Kath, I honestly don't know if we're going to be able to sell this, especially to Charlie Keenan.
Sometimes a little cholesterol is good, and I think I prefer my fish. This isn't bad, but it has a very heavy breading taste to it, and I prefer my perch cooked in a little bit of cornmeal and flour and fried in the pan with some legitimate grease on it. It certainly makes it taste a lot better.
Well, this isn't perch that we caught yesterday or anything like that. And you actually went to the store and got the freshest lake perch you could find. Yeah. And there's a problem sometimes when you go to the store. If the lake perch didn't sell last Friday and last Saturday and last Sunday.
Frozen and then sold.
Yeah.
And I think that's what this is, yeah.
Yeah, so the perch is not really like we like to taste perch.
I think, if we had fresher fish, I think this recipe would be a lot better.
It's a little strong, but I think you can see by my plate that
bad.
there isn't anything left.
Yes.
But it isn't a recipe, like you said, being heart smart. A lot of those heart smart recipes, you have to practice on
Right,
those.
exactly.
That's right.
I
that's
mean, you have to change your taste.
right. And they are good for you. I
Here,
mean,
here, practice.
I don't need anything that good for me.
July, Lake St. Clair, David August from Warren got this 22-inch smallmouth bass.
22 and a half inch.
Well, 22 and a half, okay.
5 pound, 22 and a half smallmouth. This is actually my first time smallmouth bass fishing. My friend Dave, his wife bought him a charter, fishing charter for his 40th birthday, and he was allowed to invite 5 of his friends. So the 6 of us went out on this fishing trip, and 9 o'clock we were bottom bouncing with live minnows, and this guy hooked on about 9 o'clock, jumped out of the water 3 times. I'm telling you, it was like 7 minutes or so to reel this thing in. And I was just having the time of my life. I got this thing in, and the captain was freaking. He goes, you got a Master Angler Award. I'm like, a what? And he's like, you got to get it mounted. So I was pretty ecstatic about it. We went on to catch a total of 34 smallmouth and 37 perch that morning. This is out of Lake St. Clair. I'll tell you what, I had the time of my life, and because I grew up fishing out in Minnesota with my grandpa as a kid, at about 6 years old, and we'd go ice fishing in the winters, drive the car out on Lake Minnetonka, drill through about 3 feet of ice, pull in 80 to 100 crappies and sunfish, and then I've spent quite a few years up in Canada, up in Wawa, walleye and pike fishing, so I was ecstatic about a chance to go smallmouth bass fishing.
And how's it stack up?
Oh, I love it. It tastes great. The ones we kept taste great, too. Of course, I didn't keep this one. But I'm definitely going to get my kids out, 5 and 6 year old little girls, get them out and fishing, too, because I just had the time of my life. And it's such a great time to spend, with each other and family and talking. And I'm just ecstatic to be here.
So you don't have any trouble talking?
Oh, no.
I didn't think
I'm
so.
working on it. It's funny. I got to tell you this. When I was at the dock, I called my wife and I said, "Hey, I got to get this thing mounted." And she's like, "Well, how much is that going to be?" And I'm like, "What? What? You're breaking up. I'll let you know later." And so.
One last question. Did your grandpa tell you anything about women?
Yeah, he said stick to fishing. You get better luck.
We'll leave it at that. Thank you very much. David August from Warren. This is an interesting bird, especially when you get up to the nose cone.
The front end of it.
Wow.
Basically, this is what's inside a bird. We like to put artificial heads inside ducks because there's so much tissue and meat inside the bills that there's a lot of shrinkage and just bug food. So by eliminating that, you get a nicer bird. You get to paint the bill first. You get no paint on the feathers.
So the bill is already painted?
The bill's already painted.
And the eye is in it.
And the eyes are in it.
And the neck is made out of what?
It's like a rubber.
Huh.
There's many different ways to go about it, but I tend to like to use the rubber necks. They're going to hold up a little better, a little harder. What we do is we try and pull the skin back up over the head so we can glue it around the bill here.
Is it going to fit?
Yeah, we'll make it fit. It's got to fit at this point.
Looks like he got it.
It's getting there.
Little buffle head, huh?
Yep. When it comes to the eye, what we'll do is just take and form it.
It's like that tool that the dentist uses to clean your
That's
teeth.
exactly what it is.
Huh.
It makes a nice little hook so I can get in and shape things with it.
You don't glue it?
Yep, you have to glue it. But what I have to do is glue the skin into the bill first. Take and pull it down.
So even this little operation, you can't show us the whole thing in 2 minutes.
No, this is going to take a few minutes. You have to be careful. You get one shot at it.
Take a kid fishing or camping this weekend if you can. Have fun and make sure you come back right here next week.